Well, I'd imagine you would have to take something to be as big as you were when you were at your
yeah,
peak.
for sure.
It's
yeah,
not
for sure.
really possible to be that big without it.
Without it, no. You can't get that big. Another thing you got to have too is genetics.
Yes.
You know, look at the baseball players that have taken stuff, and look at us.
Yeah.
You know, they can't get that big. They're not gifted for it.
Well, they didn't try either, right? They weren't trying to get that big. Like guys like Canseco, he got pretty fucking big.
They couldn't get that big if they wanted to.
Really? So it's a small percentage of the population that could get that big.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And probably like 1% that could get as big as I got. And I was the only guy. Nobody's duplicated that since. And you be in that condition.
Right.
And be healthy.
Right.
You know, I don't have any health problem besides the back.
The injuries.
The injuries, yeah. My liver, my kidneys, and my heart, it's all good.
Did you, while you were doing things, did you get frequent blood tests? And
every 3 to 4 months.
And the doctor would go over everything and make sure everything was fine.
Everything's always good.
That seems to be the big misconception about steroids, is that people think steroids
and people
kill
think you're taking like tons of stuff. I wasn't taking tons of stuff. I probably wasn't taking no more than what those baseball players were taking.
Just working out more, lifting more,
lifting more, and gifted genetically for it.
Dorian Yates said basically the same thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he was taking a lot, not compared to a lot of guys.
Exactly, yeah. People think I was taking massive amounts of stuff. If I'd been taking massive amounts of stuff, I don't think I'd still be here. I don't think I'd be as healthy as I am now.
Right.
You know, besides my back surgery and neck surgeries, I'm all good. And like I said, my liver and my kidneys and heart and everything's still holding up real good.
Now, when you would get off for that 3-month period, would you cycle off of everything?
No, cold turkey.
Cold turkey?
Yeah,
really?
Cold turkey. I didn't take anything or nothing.
And what did you feel like over those 3 months?
Normal.
Really?
Normal. Didn't bother me a bit.
So you got just great genetics, man.
Craziest ever.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's no way you could take all,
Cold turkey, I stopped everything. One day, I'd be taking, a bunch of stuff. Next day, nothing.
And your body would just feel normal.
Body felt normal. Didn't bother me a bit.
That's so crazy.
Didn't get depressed or nothing,
Yeah.
Felt normal.
That's just genetics.
Yeah. I still was strong.
Wow.
I could still, squat, I could squat, 700-800 naturally.
Wow. So you basically kept a lot of your gains.
Yep. I was still 300. Still 300 pounds, without taking all that stuff.
And so then after the 3 months, then you would slowly ramp back up?
Slowly ramp back up, yeah.
And all this under doctor supervision?
All this under doctor supervision. Yeah, and all the while I'm getting my blood work done every 3 to 4 months.
So a lot of guys, after they're done competing, then they have to get on testosterone replacement therapy because the endocrine system's kind of messed up.
Exactly.
Did you have to do that as well?
Yeah.
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 It seems like that's just a part of the sport, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, because, like, for the longest time, these guys were doing these ads in magazines, and they were attributing everything to some supplement that they were selling, or some creatine, or some this. Or, I mean, all that stuff does something.
It helps you out a little bit.
But it's not going to get you.
It's not going to get you 330 pounds with 3% body fat.
No.
No, it's definitely not going to do that.
Was that something that you were allowed to talk about while you were competing?
Yeah, I mean.
Did it come up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked about it. I didn't have no reason to hide it. Because
it seems like people were
not
hiding
stupid.
it. They're not. No. When you got that big, it's like, yeah. But it seemed like there was an era where bodybuilding kind of tried to pretend that they weren't taking that.
Yeah. Because of all those, people committing suicide and kids taking all that stuff and doing it the wrong way, not having it prescribed and all this kind of stuff.
Also, the more is better
Black
philosophy.
market getting bad stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
But there were some guys that would just say, well, the way to win is to take way more than everybody else.
Yeah.
And see what your body could tolerate.
Yeah. The more you take, the better you're going to be.
I knew a guy like that.
Yeah.
And he wound up having a heart attack.
Exactly.
We used to call him garden hoses because his arms looked like garden hoses for veins.
Yeah.
He had just these giant veins all over his arms. It didn't make sense. But he was just on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That he didn't make it to 30.
Yeah.
He died before he was 30.
Some people, yeah, they do it the wrong way.